The Holdovers is a 2023 American comedy drama film directed by Alexander Payne, written by David Hemingson in his debut, starring Paul Giamatti, Divine Joyce Randolph and Dominic Sessa, also in his debut. The film is about Giamatis' character, who is a strict teacher at a New England boarding school who's made to wait around with the students over Christmas break as to be their chaperone for those who have nowhere else to go. The film premiered back in August 2023 before getting a wider release in October of the same year. The film has received positive reviews and is on multiple people's top 10 lists for the end of the year, with it receiving Golden Globes for Randolph as Best Supporting Actress and for Giamatti as Best Actor. The film also has received, I think it's five Academy Award nominations, with the Best Picture, Supporting Actress, Best Actor, Original Screenplay and Film Editing. Yes, come on. Considering for this type of film with Giamatti starring, we know exactly what we're going to get with him. He is an exceptional and well-known actor. The film does have the debutante in Sessa and Randolph, who's kind of just starting out with her career really. And the film does have a bit of a longer runtime at about 2.25 hours, so there is a lot to chew on for the actors and for us as an audience, because we are introduced to, if we start from the top, Giamatti's character as a bit of a strict disciplinarian of a teacher, and naturally for a film there's going to be a reason that he is like this, but for such a long period of time we don't really care. Like we know he's a bit of a douche and a bit strict, and it's kind of it for us. We just kind of go, okay, this is fine, we're not overly bothered. It's just as the film progresses then and cast becomes smaller that we start to care more about the characters. We get introduced to Dominic's character. We also think he's a bit of a douche and we're very uninterested in kind of what happens to him as well. It's, for the first half an hour of the film, to be fair, it's kind of hard to care for any of the younger characters, and it's only around the 45-ish minute mark where it gets smaller in terms of cast, where we kind of end up with a core of 4 or 5 individuals that kind of spend the next hour and a half with, that we do begin to thoroughly care for and understand the characters in a way. That, as an example, for Mr. Hunnam, who's played by Giamatti, over the course of a film we begin to understand where he's been in his life, what he's done, what he wants to do, where he's going, and a bit of a reason as to why he is the way he is, and we start to feel a little bit of pity and sympathy to him in that regard. And for Dominic, the way in which him and Giamatti just bounce off each other just makes the film so real and much more enjoyable in so many aspects. Like, their scenes together are funny, while also at times being so heartwarming and endearing, and something that we care about as an audience. The way that they sell their care for one another to us is so believable that we feel kind of left out at times when we're watching them. Maybe it's something that we shouldn't be seeing, that it does feel a bit more personal. And then Randolph, who is the favourite for the Oscar in her category, she's playing the role of head cook at Barton, which doesn't kind of sound like a lot, but with it being Christmas time, there is a surprise that she's the one who has to stay around at the school. But we come to learn through background that she's dealing with the loss of her son, who was a Barton student and went to the army, and she is a bit of a force to be reckoned with in the film. There are sometimes where she's like really angry at Giamatti's character for maybe the way that he's behaving, or she has like a singular focus in her mind and she wants one particular thing, and then something just sparks and she's just spin on a dime and release a load of emotions regarding her son. It's understandable that something like that could happen in real life if someone has gone through that type of tragedy, to be able to react or deal with things in that kind of manner. But the fact that the actress was able to do it in such a believable manner, it's understandable that she is the front runner in her category. The film is told during a period of time, Christmas, that's traditionally associated with happiness, joy and kind of positivity. But considering the amount of personal tragedy that is in this film for all 3 of the main cast who we just discussed, it's easy to kind of get dragged down by the weight of the material. But considering the time period that it takes place, the infectiousness that some parts of the film are told with, the film feels quite wistful and even joyful. That it's not something that we don't come out of the film sad. And it helps with having the beautiful setting of the school, the way that it's edited, and it never feels like you're trapped in a certain scene or setting, and it moves at such a clip that you're able to take the time to appreciate everything as it happens, even the sad times, but then move on immediately as it changes scene. Scenes do kind of bleed into one another, and the story is able to move forward in a way that is sustainable. The best part to me has to be the way the characters speak about their hopes, dreams, and the way they want the future to come across for them. That even though there are points in time where you would expect them to struggle or have problems, they don't feel tied to their struggle. They believe that they will get out of it, they will do better and be better. For me, the film isn't amazing. I do enjoy it, but it didn't resonate with me in the way that it clearly has for some other people. But it is something that I think is definitely, it's a film for a family. It's a great time around Christmas. And while I do believe that the Oscar currently is Cillian Murphy's to lose, Giamatti does have a good chance here. It just seems that he's got the narrative and the love of the public. But we'll see on the night, but definitely it's not a bad film by any means, just not something that I thought was outstanding like some other people have.